Twende.
African Culture Get Together. Today we are in Kawangware, and I have one of my friends who is a former presidential candidate 2022 and 2027. Can you tell us something? Can you tell us your name?
Yes, so my name is Nyamai Nzele, and I make African artifacts, and I'm also your paper. So as you can see here, in 2022 I was vying for the presidency of the country, and in 2027 I'm still going to vie. So this is our political party. It's called the RBG. As you can also see here, we also have it here, and this is the ankh. So this is the original African cross. So this is what was hidden by the invaders, but we are now lucky that we have now this knowledge that actually belonged to the Africans. So in that respect, I'm also a writer. So this is my book. It's called The Great Awakening. I will be launching it very soon. So it is in my book where I've explained African culture in depth, because with the African people, we come from a very advanced civilization and culture. So we've opened this space so that we can teach people the exact African history that was erased by the invaders and the colonizers. So this is the history that white people do not want the African people to know, because once the African people return to their culture, we are going to be unstoppable. So number 3, I'm also a yoga instructor. So we all know yoga, it's mostly practiced by the Hindus, but it actually began in Africa. So I teach the original African yoga. So number 4, I'm also a herbalist. This is my company. So we reverse every disease known to man using Dr. Sebi's methodology called the African Biomineral Balance. So welcome, so that you can see the artifacts that we have inside, so that we can expound more on African culture. So today we'll be basically focusing on the culture of the ancient Egyptians, or the ancient Kemetu. So welcome, and let's have a look.
Welcome.
Mko mgamba.
So welcome back. So as you can see here, this is the face mask of Wakanda. So I know most of you have watched the Black Panther.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. So as long as the black people now have, because you see now these things, we have recreated them, and we are now using that African knowledge. You see what I'm holding here, this is a crystal, this is the black obsidian. So now this is the, this is now the African, in fact now in my second book I've expanded on this, because now you see the way we have science. Now this is very advanced science. This is called metaphysics. And so even in our mask here, we have put a lot of crystals, and we are still going to put a lot of crystals, because as you can see, like you can even feel the energy of this mask because it's alive. So as long as now the black people possess, this is the mask, so the black people are not going to be conquered again. So now this is the spirit of the Black Panther. So we now have it in with us. And so now this is the African science that we are going to use now to take back what was stolen from the Africans.
Awakening Africa.
Yes, now this is the awakening of Africa. So the things that we are going to explain, and as you can see, so everything that we use to make our artifacts are all like African, and they are very Afrocentric. And this is an unfinished piece, so we'll put another crystal here so that it can be complete. So as you can see, this is a motorcycle engine. So now this represents now the engine, or rather the fire that is now the awakening of the black people, because now most people are going to come to the realization that Africans, we were very advanced, and now this is knowledge now we are using.
And you say that until Africans reject what? Islam and Christianity.
Yes, yes, Africa is not going to, to prosper because we have to come back to our culture. Yes, so as you can also see, I'm a Pan-African, so this is why we have things like Free Congo. We know everything that and the atrocities that are happening in Congo, so we are putting it here so that we can, emphasize and rather bring that awareness that we understand what's happening. As you can also see here, we have the Free Palestine. Yes, so we are also in solidarity with the people of Palestine, and we are rejecting the Israelis' domination against the people of Israel. I mean, the people of Palestine and the people of Lebanon. So welcome. So even here we have Free Sudan.
Free Sudan.
Yes. So we are saying Free Sudan because the killings that are going on there, these people, there is genocide and no one is talking about them. So I'm very also grateful for my friend here for coming today so that we can also talk about the atrocities that are being committed against the black people, or rather the Africans in our land.
Especially Sudan.
Yes, there are a lot of atrocities there. So as you can also see in this frame here, this is a famous pharaoh. This is King Tutankhamun. So you see, we are bringing this history. So, yes, King Tut.
King Tut.
Yes. So as you can see,
He married how many wives?
no, he died when he was a young man, and his discovery in 1925, like now, actually brought light to who the actually Egyptians were. And you see now, we are doing the exact practices that these ancient Egyptians were doing. So we know without a doubt that we are going to take back what was stolen from us, because we are these people now.
You told me you are the rightful custodian of pyramids.
Yes, of the pyramids. Those pyramids that you see in Egypt, those things, they belong to us. And you see, this is why we have this knowledge here, so that those they are rightfully ours. And you see,
rightful custodian of pyramids.
Yes, of the pyramids
of Sudan and Egypt.
And you see,
and even North Sudan.
And even you see, even in North Sudan, my brother, there is a lot of pyramids there in Sudan, even as compared to Egypt. And you know why? Because when you put up these structures that are triangular, like they charge us as the African people. And you see, now this is the forgotten science of the people. You see, even in our streets, we have to put up pyramids because they charge us literally. And you see, now this is the knowledge that was taken away from us, so that we cannot know these things. And you see, God is good that He has brought now this knowledge to us that we can now share with other people.
Share something.
Yes.
And what about this picture?
Oh, this picture, it's a very, it is very deep and very historic. As you can see, this is Dedan Kimathi, and this is General Field Marshal Mwariama. We are the descendants of the Mau Mau. So if we have this picture with us, it brings us this spirit of the, because these people, they were, they were just treated as, and they were the people who were in the forefront for the liberation of this country. So being that we are holding this peace, it brings the spirit of our ancestors into us, so that we can continue the fight against this system, this oppressive system. And you see, being that we are in possession of such an item, we know without a doubt that we are going to take back what is rightfully ours. Because you see, as you can see, there is a round ring here on top. So this symbolizes that the spirit of these people is now awake. As you can see here, there is a crow, and on top of the crow there is a crystal. It has come out, and I will return it. So hold it. So this crow, this is the only animal in the whole world that has the capacity to live in the land of the living and the land of the dead. So being that it is here, it proves, or rather it shows, that these people, they are with us. And as you can also see here, he's holding a rifle, and I've put a copper ring here to show that now we have awakened the weapon, you know, just as we are using copper to use on our crystal so that it can enhance the energies. Yes.
Anything that you can say African before we leave?
Yes, I would only want to say one thing to the African people. We have to come back to our culture, and as long as we don't do what we were, which is cosmically designed for us as the African people, we are going to be subjugated by everyone, because you see, we don't even know our own history, and that's why we have to write books so that this knowledge can be transferred, yes, to and you see, yani, these are now the original African teachings, and we know now without a doubt, and that's why you see, even being that we are doing now this session today, it actually proves that it's going now to become the norm, because now the time has come that the African people are going to come back to the awakening of who we truly are, because the African people, we were very advanced, we were very civilized, we were the best of the best, but that knowledge was taken away from us by the colonizers and the invaders. So, but we are grateful to God that this knowledge is with us, and we will share it with people so that people can come back to who we truly are.
You say somebody who loves culture is like a child who loves his mother.
Yes. Yani our culture, it's like a child to its mother. Yani you can't leave your culture. Just as Marcos Garvey said, yani even a tree without roots, you can't grow. Yani you have to go to your roots. And now these are now back. Yes, now we are going back to our culture, and we know now without a doubt that because we are going to our culture, yani we are sure that we are going to conquer, and we are going to get back to where we rightfully belong, because now we are going to spread now until we go back to Egypt. Egypt is our land.
The story never been told.
Yes, we have to go now up to the pyramids. Now you see, the same way we are doing this video here today, we will go even to the pyramids, and we will do another video. So you guys keep watching this channel, because
African culture Ghetto.
Yes, and Nyama Nzele, IG also Nyama Nzele. So we Facebook also Nyama Nzele. So
we are a teacher, presidential candidate.
Yes, so you will
give them your number.
Oh, I will give you, yes, if you need to contact me. I'm also a herbalist, and I'm by profession. And so what we do, these are the original things. Yes, so you can have my number, you can reach me.
Your number?
Yes, my number is 0706 03 609 620.
Tell them again your number.
0703 609 620.
Nyama Nzele Facebook, Nyama Nzele IG. What can you tell the youth?
I will tell the youth, yani, this is not the message that we need now to spread. Yani, we need to love one another. And you see, us when we see each other as enemies, you know, we won't even prosper. So we must love one another, we must respect one another. You know, we should always strive to live, you know, in good ways. No.
You say you African to reject Islam and Christianity.
Yes, you see,
go back to their roots.
Yes, you see, those are tools that were used by the invaders to conquer
Roman Empire.
Yeah, by the Roman Empire.
So
so the Christianity, we need to abolish it. Even Muslims, you know, the Islam, it has to go, because it doesn't belong to the African people. The African people need to go back to their culture. And now this is, yes, and
African way of worship.
African way of worship, African way of being, African way of eating, African, everything has to be African. And this is why I'm a Pan-African, that everything we do is about Africa and for the Africans. So yes, so we'll do more of this, and yes, we'll be in touch again.
African culture, the Ghetto King. Subscribe, like and share, and support Nyama Nzele.
Yes, and we also have here our brother. He's studying law. He's a law student.
Can you tell them something before?
You are going, stay awakened the whole day out.
Stay awakened day all day. Thank you very much.
Aire. God bless.
Selassie.